The installation process is a pretty straightforward one, but it does have several steps that are going to work out best if they're followed in sequence. Starting off, let's say now we've got a framed shell, we've got our roof metal on, our walls are sheathed, and we've got our underfloor sheathing on here. The next step is to air seal the underside of the floor. What we know is that raised floor systems like this, it doesn't matter what it is, any kind of house on post and pad, those floors tend to feel really, really cold. The reason for that is because these floor systems are really vulnerable to air leakage. As soon as you get wind pressures and such moving air through this floor assembly, the subfloor starts to feel really, really cold. It also ends up being an energy penalty because you're losing heat due to that air leakage. What that means is we want this floor plywood on the underside to be air sealed really, really well. How we go about doing that is, in this case, most recently I should say, we've started using a 3M 8067 all-weather flashing tape. This is great stuff. Typically we provide it in 4-inch rolls instead of this 2-inch sample I have here, but it goes pretty fast and you essentially just center the tape on every sheathing joint, roll it out, stick it down. It is pressure sensitive, so once that tape has been stuck onto the plywood, you need to go back over it, give it a quick roll with the J-roller. If you're working in an area that isn't flat, let's say where the underfloor sheathing meets a glue-lam beam, like you would find right here, we tend to use, most recently, a caulking that is incredibly strong and tough. This is Barabond, Carlisle Barabond. I don't have any ready to go, but it'll bridge gaps up to about 3/4 of an inch, and you can tool in a thick bead of this right where the underfloor sheathing meets the beam. We also use this for setting windows and for air sealing larger cracks anywhere around the structure. It's got greater adhesion than silicone, and it can be installed in temperatures below freezing, although we don't recommend it. And you'll want to wear gloves. It's pretty messy. One other thing I'd like to say about the air sealing is, in addition to the underfloor area, we also want to air seal right around the perimeter where the sheathing comes down and hits the subfloor. We're looking at this structure, particularly underfloor area, as a drum. We want to get this as tight as we possibly can using our caulking and our acrylic tape.